Ethan, what's happening? Welcome everybody
What's up,
back
dude?
for another round of First Pitch Strike. Talk to me, bro.
I got nothing to say yet.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you will by the time we're done.
Yeah, I got
Promise
plenty.
you. Promise you. So we are on kind of a quicker than what we have been recently turnaround because we've got a lot going on in this baseball world. I'm watching a lot of baseball, just trying to keep up with playoff chases. Ethan, I know you're working, but I know you're not coaching now. So
I got
watching much?
baseball on, football, baseball, football right now, really.
Give it about another, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, and we'll have some
Oh, there'll
hockey
be
on for some
hockey every night.
time.
It'll
Yeah.
be every night.
Yeah. So part of the reason for the quick turnaround is because we got our friends from the Everyman Sports Podcast, another local Cheyenne podcast, on with us. So while we are at it, Matt, Braden, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us,
guys.
Not much. So Braden, I'll start with you. Introduce yourself real quick and what you got going on, at least currently today, backwards.
Yeah. First things first, like Aaron said, I'm Braden Morris, co-host of the Everyman Sports Podcast with my cousin Matt Robert. I just a sports, I'm a washed up sports athlete that Matt and I, just backstory about us. We talk about football every freaking day and sports in general, and we decided we're just going to start doing this. And it's been a little hectic lately trying to keep up with sports right now because me and my girlfriend, very celebratory wise, closed on a house on Friday. So we are here now. All the freaking, it was a headache to say the least, but we're done now. We're here, and it's Sunday now, and we're talking about sports. What's better than that?
Absolutely. Matt, fire away.
All right, gentlemen. Again, thank you for having us on. I am Matt Robert, Braden Morris' cousin. I've known Aaron and Ethan for a very long time, and I'm very thankful to call them my friends. I came up with the Everyman Sports Podcast, or the concept of it, back in March. I was in the shower getting ready for church one Sunday, and I'm like, you know what? I talk about sports all the time, both with my family and online on social media. Why not make it into a podcast? And Braden and I talked on that, like during our Sunday dinner that evening, and he's like, dude, we talk about this every week. Why don't we just talk about it like on mic and see how people react to it? And lo and behold, the Everyman Sports Podcast was born. It's about 6 months in, and we're having a blast. So very glad to see where it's going.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, man, I don't listen religiously, but I try and catch you every week. You guys are doing wonderful. Let me just start by saying that it's a treat to actually hear something that isn't specialized ESPN or Fox or some of the national network stuff. It's not scripted, man.
It's true.
Y'all just get in there and dive in.
That's our favorite part, because we've talked about like, you listen to these guys on ESPN and stuff, and exactly what Ethan just said. Sometimes it just sounds so scripted that they're pushing this whatever dilemma they're trying to push out that certain day. It just sounds so bleh. And Matt and I, we don't even like to really edit our episode because we kind of like when we sound like idiots.
Absolutely.
We're like, I don't really know what exactly is going on in this exact situation, but here's what I do know, and here's how I feel about it. And to me and Matt, that's the authentic part that we like about doing this. It's just like, no, there's not a single sports podcast in the world that knows every single thing about everything going on, but the stuff we do know, like we've said millions of times, we got good takes and we got plenty of bad ones, but we're going to give them all to you.
I like it. So, well, boys, I know both of you said you aren't too up to speed with your MLB stuff, but that's okay. Chime in whenever you want, because we're going to start hitting that MLB side of our podcast before we jump into what you guys will usually be talking about. So we had a team clinch a playoff spot yesterday, and we had a team today clinch a playoff spot. So apparently we've got 2 of 4, 5, 6, 12 teams that have clinched, and they're both in the National League, with the Brewers yesterday met Phillies today. But we've got some tight races. Ethan, what are you looking at with two teams clinching and then the tight races that we got going on already?
Actually, speaking of the Brewers, did you see the video that they posted for their celebratory, like after the game?
I started seeing it.
Did anybody see that?
I tuned it out.
I guess Bob Uecker wrote a message before, before he passed and everything. Their head coach read that message last night after they clinched, celebrated it to him. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You'll have to go find the video. I think
Yeah.
the Brewers posted it on their Facebook page or something like that, but I was just laying in bed scrolling and I saw that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that. Nice catch, Ethan. For me, I'm not surprised that the Phillies pulled it out because, well, the Mets are doing their usual Mets routine.
The Mets are betting.
We
Mets are betting.
talked about that.
Where's Frank when you need him? Where's Frank the Tank when you need him?
He's online losing his mind right now because
I bet
they won today, so he may not be completely off his rocker.
Yeah, because Polar Bear decides to be heroic and hits a 3-run shot to win it.
Yeah, I mean it's what he's supposed to do. At least in my opinion. We had the Mariners taking over first place in the West today. We've got Toronto with a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees. Can they hold off the Yankees?
I hope so. I hope the Yankees choke.
Oh, they're losing right now.
Nice.
They're down 6-4, bottom
to
of
Boston.
Yeah,
to Boston.
Go. Good stuff.
Toronto's a team that really surprised me this year. I know when Matt and I did our beginning of the season predictions of all the divisions and who's going to get first and all that, neither one of us were super high on Toronto, and I feel like they're a team that has just quietly kept pushing through a really, really strong AL East.
Absolutely. Well, and everybody kind of wrote them off to start the season because of how they underperformed last year. And they were trying to sell off Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bichette, trying to rebuild the entire team. But their front office, to their credit, said, no, we ain't going to do that. And they re-signed Jr. and said, no, he's our building block and we're building around him, as they should, because he's one of those talents you can't just let walk away.
My only question about Toronto is are they a team that is a serious contender in this playoffs come a month from now? I mean, are they a team that you think we could see at the back end of this playoff, or you think it's going to be a team that kind of washes themselves out in the first round?
Oh, well, right now they won't be the first round team. They will actually get a bye. So they'll have home field. Oh, I'm going to say it just
Toronto in the postseason. Toronto in the postseason is a scary place to play. I don't know if you remember Jose Bautista or not, but that's pretty scary. I mean, if the Rangers can collapse that bad in one inning, I mean half an inning. I don't even know if it was half an inning. It might have been 2 outs. Yikes.
I mean,
if you're going to collapse that bad, it must be. It's like probably playing at Texas Tech or Texas A&M where they do the arm, ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, but you just keep counting until you actually hit a strike. Yeah. That's intimidating if I'm a player. I don't know. I'm not going to show that I'm intimidated by any means, but in the back of my head, I'm going to be like, oh no, can I actually throw a strike?
Yeah, but you go to the 22 season where the Mariners actually got in the playoffs. They took Toronto to task and beat them in Toronto. So it's not something that can't be done.
No, yeah, but it's just a high.
Yeah.
High energy.
This season it's going to be tough because, like you said, Texas did melt down. They're pretty dominant at home. So I can see where
Blue Jays made the playoffs yet with kind of their core they have right now with Bichette and all them.
Yeah, that was when
Seattle 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I feel like I don't even remember them being in that recently.
Yeah, no.
I feel like that's how little I paid attention to Toronto.
Yeah, so 3 years ago now, actually. So 2 years ago, they missed the playoffs by like a game or two. Last year, they were absolutely anemic and underperformed. And you said you didn't pick them at all for your pregame or preseason.
I think I had them finishing middle of the pack, or maybe.
Yeah, well, so did I. And my pick in the AL East happened to be Baltimore.
Yeah,
which
me and Matt were real high on them too.
Oh, we were
and then
very
in the AL, not necessarily winning the division, but at least in playoff contention, I had the Athletics. And don't ever listen to me for betting advice. That's all I have to say. Just don't. just don't. Although I did win I never put more than maybe $1 on a bet. So I'm usually a 50-cent guy, $1 guy. So I won today with the Seahawks game because I picked them when their odds were like at plus 400. So yay me.
Yeah.
That was a game that was really fun to watch if you were a Seattle fan. But my girlfriend, who's a Pittsburgh fan, it was not as fun to watch the other half of that game.
No, that would not be fun for her.
Aaron, at least you're not like me who picked the Braves to win the World Series, and they have one of the worst records in the majors. So,
but they beat Houston today. They beat Houston today, and I'm anytime Houston can lose this time of year, I'm all for that team.
Yeah,
I mean that's just a habit that I have. If you've ever listened to any of our podcasts and Houston comes up, do not be surprised if you can see the flames coming from Ethan's mouth and sinuses when we talk about Houston.
I'm staying silent. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
The AL Central, Detroit's got that locked up. They're 6.5 up over Cleveland. Cleveland,
you need Tarek Skubal back immediately.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and
immediately. He can't be out anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even see he was out
in Detroit.
He came out in his last start because of a rib issue. He was holding on, everything checked out. He'll make his next start against the Marlins. So if he misses any time at all, Cleveland might sneak in again and take that division, even though they haven't been in the division race really at all. But they're still Cleveland's still 2.5 out of the wild card, but they got to get ahead of Texas and Houston. And I don't know if they can.
Which is Texas is another one too that I feel like the last time Matt and I were really honing in on MLB, they were like 13 games back, and now they're within 3 freaking games of the division. Me and Matt were looking at it today while we were eating, and I was like, when did the Rangers come back into relevancy?
Yeah, it's like they're hanging around that 3-team race in the AL West, and it just a matter of who's gonna claw their way to the top at the end of September. So I think that race is going to be pretty exciting.
I actually has been helping him out a little bit too. So
yeah, he's regained some of that form from 8 years ago.
Yeah,
which it's not a bad thing when you get that type of a DeGrom on the mound.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Naturally, the NL East and Central locked up. NL West, you have the Dodgers, but San Diego is 2.5 out. Do you see any way the Dodgers can pull through and hold off the Padres?
I mean, I did see they have to play at least 1 or 2 more series, right? Or are they done for the season?
I think they've got 1 series. I know the Dodgers end in Seattle.
Okay.
The last games of the season, but no, they're done. The only thing the Dodgers have, I'm looking at the remaining schedule. They got Philadelphia, so that'll be a very interesting series. Does Philadelphia start resting people? Probably not as much as what people do in the NBA,
right?
Hockey, even in the NFL.
Right. I mean, because
and then they got San Francisco at home, and then they finish on the road in Arizona and in Seattle. That Seattle series could be really interesting because it literally could be for both divisions.
Exactly. And I was just looking at the Padres' remaining schedule. They got 3 with the Mets, 3 with the White Sox, 3 with the Brewers, and then they finished with 3 against the Diamondbacks. They don't got a breeze for their last 4 series of the season. So I don't know if it's going to be, can the Dodgers hang on, but the Padres are going to have to win some games that they probably shouldn't be. But the Brewers are also another one, like you said with Philly, are they going to get to a point where they start resting dudes, getting ready, getting healthy, getting into the postseason? So just right now on paper, the Padres got a tough road, and they better hope the Dodgers are losing some, and they got to just keep playing good baseball.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And about San Diego schedule, you got the Mets, and you've got and you said the White Sox as well, right, Braden?
Yes.
So it's like, I know the Mets aren't entirely out of the wild card race, but it's like you got teams on that slate that don't really have a lot to play for, except spoiler. And if you're San Diego, you got to take care of business. If you don't, that chance to take that division is going to slip away faster than you can blink. So,
absolutely. Well, about playing spoiler for the playoffs, if everything stays the same today, they're in the National League. You've got San Francisco, Arizona, and Cincinnati with a very outside shot to Braden's Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're still in it with 4 games
they still
out.
Have a heartbeat right now?
They do. They're 4 games out with 2 weeks to go.
The only thing I have to say about the freaking Cardinals is I'm just so happy Shane Bloom is taking it over. We got some work to do, but yeah, they are only 4 out. It's not impossible, but I don't know who we have left, but you're right. You're completely right.
That's fair. So the fact that Arizona is still in it after trading away Naylor and Suarez is actually really surprising, and losing their top pitcher. Their free agent pickup is actually really surprising. San Francisco, I did not have them in the race, but I don't think anybody did. So, I mean, that's the playoffs in a very short order. Right. I'm calling it now. I may regret the day I said this, but both Houston and Seattle will make the playoffs. Flip a coin for who wins the division, which I don't know that it will matter, because if everything stays the same, you're going to see Seattle and Houston opening up in Seattle in a best-of-3 series.
That would be incredible viewing. I mean, probably not incredible for you to watch, but as an outsider, that is something that I'd love to see.
I have often said, being a Seattle sports fan, you need to have stock in some sort of Pepsid, Tom's, some antacid, because you're going to be disappointed no matter what happens.
Just looking at it, man, if that's the lineup that's opening up the MLB playoffs, I think for Seattle's sake, I think that opening round has to be in Seattle. Houston's a scary place to play. God, if it's in Seattle, I still really like Seattle. Matt and I, in previous episodes, have been saying they're missing 1 or 2 bats, and they went and got 2 of them at the trade deadline. I love Seattle's chances. I think they're a great squad. But Houston is a different beast come playoff time. That's a place that is used to playoff baseball. And you want that opening series in Seattle is the way I look at it.
Right. Go for it, Matt.
I was going to say, if you flip Houston for Texas, the Rangers, I would be scared as well, because you get Bruce Bochy in the postseason with talent and with the ability to win clutch games. Watch out.
Yeah, absolutely. How fun is it? You have 3 teams. Go ahead, E.
I was going to say, the one thing that Seattle is, I think, has the plus on both teams is starting pitching. I mean, from the past 8 games that I've seen from this 8-game win streak, I don't think anybody has a starting staff like Seattle does, if I'm being completely honest.
In Detroit,
who do you have? Tarek Skubal. Who's the other good starter?
Riley Green.
That was it. 2 guys. Toronto, who are their starters?
I have no idea. Oh, Gossman.
Max Scherzer. Is that it?
You got Scherzer
and Gossman.
Is Robbie Ray still there or no?
No, he's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's in San Francisco now.
But that's what I'm saying. In Seattle, you could go Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu. Pick your poison, really.
Yeah.
Well, here's if Seattle gets that
Logan Gilbert.
into your starter is Logan Gilbert, then your number 2 is going to be Brian Wu, and then your number 3.
I don't know.
based
I
on
might
today,
go
is gonna
Brian
be
Wu number 1.
Kirby.
If I'm being honest right now, I might go Brian Wu number 1.
Yeah, I could see it. But how bad is it that you have to put a former NL Cy Young contender in the bullpen because he isn't your top 3, and that's Luis Castillo? And that freaking scares me.
You could start him game 3 if you wanted.
I would
and have one of the young guys come out of the bullpen. You probably don't want to do that, but
because if you look at it, Brian Wu and George Kirby, the last 2 games, have had 27 strikeouts in 12 and a third innings. That's stupid
wild.
good. That is 27 in 12. So 12 times 3, that's 36.
36 at bats.
37 outs. 27 of them were strikeouts.
Holy
That's
smokes.
that's elite level stuff.
Yes.
that's exactly
And
what
you-
I'm saying.
And neither of them are the ace.
No. That's what I'm saying. If I'm either one of these teams, I don't want to go play in Seattle.
No.
Because for one, the crowd is rambunctious. You got the 12s there. You got to remember that. That's the home of the 12s. For 2, you got a nasty starting rotation. For 3, like you guys have said, they went and got 2 major bats at the trade deadline. And look at what they've done at the plate for the Mariners since then.
Yeah.
Josh Naylor's batting like 318 or something dumb like that, and has 12
stealing
stolen
every
bases.
base he can.
Who
He
thought
stole-
Josh Naylor stole 12 bases in a row? In a row.
Including third base.
That's a lot of meat running down the freaking base path right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, so we're talking playoffs here, but more importantly, we got some record chasing still going on.
And guess who he plays for?
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, he just tied Mickey Mantle for the most home runs by a switch hitter in a season. He still can hit the most home runs for an American leaguer. He's already got the home runs for catcher in a season. So Cal Raleigh, hands down, in my opinion, does not matter what argument you make to me, he needs to win the MVP. That's not me being biased. That's me saying he's doing more than just hitting home runs because he's calling an entire freaking game. He is in charge of that entire game, and that distracts from your hitting, but he's doing it. Just me.
He was one that
records.
Matt
Give me
and I-
records.
I mean, Matt and I were just looking at it. Wasn't it right after the All-Star break, Matt?
Yeah, it was right around that time, and we asked the question: can he maybe entertain breaking that record stuff at Barry Bonds all those years ago? Because that's the kind of pace he was on. It's like he was at 38 home runs when we talked about it, Braden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was at 38 going into the break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He was.
Yeah. So the guys just had an amazing year mashing the baseball, and like you said, Aaron, he's not just a hitter. He's the catcher too. He's the captain of your defense, and he's calling everything that's happening out there. So the dude is literally playing both sides of the ball. And when you factor all that in, it's hard to pick anybody else for that AL MVP selection.
Yes.
I mean, Judge, you can argue Judge is AL MVP race, but what does he have? A better batting average? Ooh, yay. You can hit for average. Can you help your team win? That's what I want.
He hits on a little league field.
That's what I'm saying. It's 314 down the left field line and 318 down the right field line.
Yeah.
How big of a porch do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Now, I'm not taking away his talent. He is a generational talent at the plate.
Absolutely.
He does play really good defense, but he's been hurt, and when he was hurt, the Yankees still won.
And not
that's
only
my
that, but
qualifier.
last year in the playoffs, he didn't help them win. He dropped a fly ball, helped them lose. Look at the obvious, people. Got to open your eyes here.
Yep. You take Cal Raleigh out of that Seattle offense, and they lose. They are not where they are today. 100% guarantee it.
Absolutely.
So, and that's where I base my MVP argument on, is that Judge can go down and Yankees will still win. Raleigh goes down, Seattle is toast.
Yep, absolutely. And just as my biasly, he's a former Florida State Seminole, so my vote is absolutely Cal Raleigh.
Yes.
MVP.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
That's my bias coming out tonight.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. So one record we are not going to see fall is futility. Somehow the Rockies have found a way to avoid not winning 41 games. They're sitting at 41 wins right now. Ethan and I talked about it last week. As a player, I don't want that record. As a fan, Ethan wanted that record.
I didn't really want it. It was more or less like a, hey, man, if you do it, I'm not going to be mad type thing. Like, I wasn't like cheering them on like, hey, man, I hope you guys lose. Like, when I went to the games, I was like, yeah. The Mets game, I totally wanted them to lose because I want Nimmo to win every game. He can, make the play, but it's the Mets. The Mets met. But, like, when Dodgers were playing, I was like, maybe they have a chance. And then you think to yourself, oh, Clayton Kershaw's on the mound. You actually have 0% chance of winning that game.
Yeah.
So, it's like I wasn't cheering for him, but in my head, I knew that it might happen. So I was like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens.
Well, I mean, when you have a team that gets off to as horrid of a start as the Rockies did this year, I found myself asking, it's like, can they actually be this historically bad for an entire season? And the twisted side of me is like, yes, I want to see this because I want to see how badly this can go. But and then when they started rattling off wins like in May and June, I'm like, you really waited this long?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I think I know a little bit of the problem. I don't know if you've listened to the past podcasts that we've done, but I've said a little bit of it. When I went to the Mets game to watch Nimmo, I was really kind of focused on like if they pre-pitch or not, their pre-pitch timing, how they do it, trying to break it down for the kids that I coach. And I noticed one thing on the Rockies. Actually, a couple of things. Number one, Ryan McMahon was a problem. He didn't pre-pitch. He didn't decleat, didn't do anything. Timing was off. He did none of the things that you teach kids to do. And that's why you're getting paid millions of dollars is to do the little things right. He wasn't doing the little things right, which led to other people not doing the little things right. Second baseman, shortstop, timing were completely different. It's just the Rockies, they were just – I think McMahon was a problem, if I'm being honest. I don't think he was good for that team.
Well, he probably also realized that the Rockies were the problem for his career. And
and I totally agree with that.
What
too.
am I doing here? I got to get the hell out of this place,
Which
I'm sure pretty much 90% of that team is thinking the same thing. But, the thing that I have about the Rockies, as a fan, I do want them to have the all-time, and I guess I wouldn't call me a fan. I'm a true St. Louis Cardinal, but just as a homegrown Colorado Rockies fan, I do want to see that record broken because my question goes back to the Monforts. How low does this team have to go for you guys to want to make a change? Or if the only thing you guys care about is making sure that rooftop is sold and you guys are just selling beer on beer on beer every game, then just tell us that, because then nobody expects you guys to even there's no expectation that you guys want.
They'll start pretending like the baseball field's a bar. That's what they do.
Exactly. So
if that's what you want, then
Exactly. You if that's what you want, then you're doing a great job at it, because every game I've gone to has had way too many people than it should. As the organization, if I'm the owners, I walk in there and I say, I don't care if we lose. Look at how many people are still here. I mean, there's, you go to the A's games when they're in Oakland last year. I mean, we're talking 4,000 people in that stadium for some of those games. And but the Rockies are still probably upwards of 20, 25 in that stadium almost day in and day out.
When I went to that Sunday game, it was still at 30,000.
Exactly. You are still putting in. I mean, hell, they're putting in more people on average than St. Louis right now. St. Louis, in St. Louis, they at least have the light at the end of the tunnel. They can see new management coming in. You know that there's going to be changes happening. Colorado Rockies, we're still trying to find the freaking light switch. There's no sign of hope with this team. And so you got to find the door where you find the light switch. Exactly. There is no hope with them because there's no direction with this team. Mm-hmm. So to me, lose as many games as you can, because is it going to take us going 0-162 for the Monforts to say, all right, maybe we really need to do something here?
Well, and the really depressing part about it is I asked myself that question early on in the year when they just could not stop losing. And I'm like, maybe it will take setting a record of complete and utter embarrassment for something to change. But then again, I'm like, they haven't made the playoffs in 7 or 8 years. If you're a competent franchise and you actually want to win and compete for a World Series, you would have made those changes 4 to 5 years ago, and they still haven't. So I'm like, if they haven't actually done what is needed to be put back into contention, what is losing a record amount of games really going to do?
Well, and let's not forget 8 years ago, the last time they made the playoffs, didn't it take a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 14th or something like that against the Cubs to make it? It's not like they had
Tony Walters, I think.
Lock. Yeah, they got in off a play-in game. It's not like they were necessarily good that year. You know how the Phillies right now are wrapped up 12 games ahead of the Mets.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I will tell you, if you had told me at the start of that season that they would be in a winner-take-all game for the NL West against the Dodgers, I would have called you insane. So I think it's fair to say they're a bit better than a play-in team, but that's ultimately where they ended up, and then they bowed out unceremoniously in the NLDS against the Milwaukee Brewers. But I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like franchises that care and that want to win would have made changes 3 to 4 years out from that last playoff berth, and it's been 8 years or 7 years and they haven't done anything. So it's is losing that many games really going to change that much? And that's where I said I don't know if anything would have changed had they broken that record or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, since we're talking records, believe it or not, the Albuquerque Isotopes set a record. Yes, the minor league team, AAA team for the Rockies.
Oh boy!
Record.
Wasn't it for hits or something?
No,
it was runs scored in every inning. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. They scored 7 in the first, and then 2, and then 1.
They scored 4 in the ninth. Yeah, they scored 4 in the ninth. There were a couple innings where they had more than 1 run. I think only 3, maybe 4 of those innings they had 1 run. But I'm sitting there looking at the box score. I'm like, good grief. I mean, even
they had 21 hits or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. They had 21 runs, 21 hits or some stupid thing like that.
Wait, so is this record the most runs scored in a game?
No, it was
runs scored every inning.
Oh, the most
runs scored every inning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last time that happened was by a major league team, I don't remember who, in 2020. Which they were only playing 7-inning games then, so that doesn't even count.
Yeah.
Asterisk.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
it's like
so there's that record.
Series title.
I was just going to say that.
Exactly. Exactly. So, E, what was the record you had that you were asking me about when Matt hopped into the studio before the stream?
All right. Just because Juan Soto's on a new team and most people said he's not going to be able to do anything. Juan Soto is one of 3 players in MLB history with 40-plus home runs, 30 stolen bases, and 100 walks in a single season. Can you guys name the 2 other people to do that?
Just had to happen one time.
So it
Yeah,
happened.
one of 2 others.
One
It's
of
happened
2
3
others.
times.
Yeah.
Who
it
are
happened 3
one
times.
of the other 2 players?
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Mark McGuire.
No.
No.
wait, give me a hint. Old or new? Like
Older. Late.
older?
I'd go later 90s.
Late 90s?
Later 90s. Yeah.
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
But both of these guys did play into the mid 2000s
Yeah.
or later.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds.
There
He's
you
one.
go.
Barry Bonds and
He was 96,
both
97.
of these 2 are the same time frame.
Yep. Same time
Yes.
frame.
Jason Giambi.
And actually, no. I was going to say one of them was the same year, 97.
I don't know if I could name the other one.
This
I
one's
got pretty
tough.
dang lucky thinking of Barry.
Yeah.
This one's
Jeff,
tough.
I was gonna say Barry, but I'm like that seems like too easy of an answer, but I guess
right?
guess it was right
Yes.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Barry
how about-
Bonds, Jeff
Go for it.
Bagwell.
Bagwell.
Wow. And they were both in the same
90
season or just
Yep,
in the same time frame?
Jeff Bagwell and Barry Bonds in 97, Barry Bonds in 96, and Bagwell in 99.
Wow.
Yeah. And truth be told, like I told Ethan, I don't remember Bagwell being that fast. I remember him stealing
don't
bases, but
either.
not 30 multiple times.
No.
He's like Naylor. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
I was
meat
gonna say
trucking down the
he
base path.
was thicker, wasn't he?
He was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. So here's the fun one. We've got the trivia question. So this kind of goes with record, but it's more of a trivia question that is scripted, not seen today by Ethan. But Mookie Betts hit the 22nd Grand Slam in history on a 3-0 count since 1988 when pitch counts were started to keep track. You always had the 3 balls, 2 strikes, but an actual winner guys hitting type of tracking. So the 22nd one since 1988 to hit a home run, a grand slam on a 3-0 pitch. And it's the first one since 2023. Who was that last player to do that?
I feel like I know this, and they made a whole scene on it when he swung 3-0 and was like, why are you swinging
also-
3-0?
Tatis.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Thought I had it.
Yes.
I'm like,
it's actually a really good guess.
because when
can
Ethan
I-
was saying that, I'm like, it's got to be Fernando Tatis, but
Can I get a hint?
No.
Why?
Julio
Okay,
Rodriguez.
so you're still in the same state. Betts is playing for the Dodgers, so it's the same state.
Oh,
wait, same state, different team.
Same state, probably different team.
Okay.
You're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna just shake. your
I
head
feel
and
like
smile.
I'm like Ethan. Like I can remember
Yeah.
seeing the.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but the name's not
Was it
coming to me.
Shohei?
No.
No.
How about
And the thing is, I
No,
know
don't
what-
say it. No, don't say it yet. No, we're gonna
Okay.
keep going until we get this. I'm not done with
okay?
this.
Well, so just so you know, this comes by way of our ex friend Sarah Langs, who is an amazing historian, comes up with some of the most bizarre numbers that you would never think of, and she is a brilliant baseball analyst.
Yo, is it Mike Trout?
No.
Same state. That
How about
that
same team as Ohtani?
Same team. Is the Dodgers or Angels?
I was gonna say
Same?
Max Muncy.
No.
Oh, that's a good guess, though.
That's a really good guess.
It's a
Dang
really
it.
good guess.
And-
Because he did that stuff in San Francisco
Yeah.
when he said, "Go get it out of the water, bro."
Yeah.
If
Gavin
you
Love.
want that ball back, go get it out of the bay.
All right, Ethan, are you ready? Y'all are going to just shake your head in disbelief. The last player to do it was Mookie Betts.
No way.
Oh,
There's no way.
there's a trick question on us.
Oh, man.
Dead serious. He is the only player in history with 2 grand slams on a 3-0 pitch.
That's insane.
No.
So there you go. You're welcome.
Oh,
So if you go down 3-2-0 or 3-0 when you got the bases juice with Mookie, you just hit him.
just
Yes.
throw a ball for
Yeah.
Yeah, just spike.
Make
that
sure
thing.
it's not even close.
That man's ready to swing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I thought you were going to
All
say
right.
like Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, I was
Which
ready
would've
to
been a
say
great-
I
Freddie
was ready
Freeman.
for the Freddie Freeman.
Yeah,
concussion.
I was
ready
to say
Sure,
Freddie
I'd have been
Freeman.
like,
Like,
okay, that makes sense.
Aaron, if you said Freddie Freeman, I was going to be really mad at myself.
I mean, he
Yeah,
hit
well.
a moonshot to start the game in Colorado when I was there. That was wow. Probably 440, 450 dead center field.
Well, and that grand slam in game 1 last year against the Yankees to win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It wasn't on a 3-0 count, though.
No, it wasn't, but it was right down the middle.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So, boys, we're going to hop into your field here. Since we're
All
doing a
right.
joint podcast, we're going to stop with the baseball talk. We're going to hop over. We're going to start with a little NCAA football. I do know I talked to Matt a little bit, and I wanted to touch on something you said, but we're going to get this. I saw the NCAA.
Time out. I need to go get a drink. I will be listening. You will just not be able to see me. If I hear anything that I want to say, I'll say it. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Some of the news from the NCAA, like almost immediately after the game, was the UCLA fired their head coach. And Matt, I think you hit that on the head, but I want to get Braden's take on it.
I presented this to Matt, and maybe because me and him talked about it while we were at dinner today. I mentioned this. I think if you're UCLA, this was the easiest scapegoat to say our head coach failed us and we're 0-3, rather than saying we just overpaid on a really, really crappy quarterback that has no skill to get us to 3-0 start. You know, you overpaid on a mid-tier quarterback, and your head coach has to take the fall for it.
I don't even know if I would say he's been tier at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
From the replays that I've seen,
his stat line didn't look horrible this weekend, or maybe it was last weekend. I can't remember which one I looked at.
it's just his movement, right? In
he
the
just-
pocket and
yeah.
everything just looks
Yeah.
off, dude.
Watching them get stomped by Utah and then just losing last week, I mean, their offense just looks lost in a easiest way to put it. They just look like they have no chemistry. Nothing's clicking for them, and I think it's a result that you overpaid on a quarterback that thought he was worth a lot more than what his play showed.
So this begs the question, and I know you guys have discussed it before, both on your podcast, but also live on air on KFBC radio. But my question is, is this kind of a door opening for coaches and programs to stop paying these guys in NIL because they are unproven? They are still 18, 19 years old. At 18, 19 years old, I know I had a big head and knew I was worth everything that people were going to pay me, which is not true. And you see this, I'm sure we'll touch on it here in a second, but you kind of see this with Arch Manning right now. He's a good quarterback, but is he SEC material? Is this UCLA quarterback going to be Big Ten material? He's going to get trounced by Oregon, by Washington, by Michigan, by Michigan
That's
State.
what I was going to say. Their conference play is about to start. And if they thought the first 3 games were hard, I mean, wait until you got to go up into Autzen Stadium or
Yes.
Shoe or the Big House. I can't remember their schedule off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember where they go, but you start going. Even Nebraska. You drop into Lincoln, that place ain't quiet. They got some loud stadiums across the Big Ten, and there might be a chance that we see UCLA go 1-11, 0-12. I mean, their conference play is no joke this year. I do know that they have some hard games upcoming. But to answer your question about the NIL, I'm going to make mine pretty quick, and then Matt, you can put your sense in. To see, you were saying to stop paying these players. Unfortunately, now the NCAA is too deep. You'll never get out of not paying players anymore. We are there. It is there. It's almost like you got to figure out a way to get some controlled burns on the outside and just let the shit show that's in the middle work itself out with all the pain, because we'll never see it stop. But this is a prime example of teams need to fight back, and now it's going to start turning into NFL with free agency contracts, because this guy's saying he's worth $4 million, and UCLA has the funds, and with Joey Aguilar leaving, they needed a quarterback. And with Nico, who just made an appearance in the college football playoff, I mean, he sold himself, but we are seeing now that Tennessee carried him to that position where he was able to have the leverage he did.
Absolutely.
And so we'll never see it stop paying, but I think we are going to start seeing it now, kind of like when Matt and I were talking about the tampering a little bit at the beginning of the season. We're now going to start seeing, I think, rule changes every offseason of where they're going to be like, holy cow, that was a dumpster fire. We got to try to contain this side. And so I just think we're going to see a lot of changes come here soon. And I don't know whether that's going to be, you have to start seeing legit contracts being signed of you're here for a 2-year deal. I don't know.
Or do they start putting in like salary caps for how much you can spend on somebody?
That's another good question. It's full blown make it the NFL.
Yeah,
we've talked about it. We've talked about it before, because like Braid said, and he hit the nail on the head. When this whole thing started 4 or 5 years ago, there was no plan in place. There was no safeguards. There was no structure. It was a massive free for all. And now you've got 1,000 fires all across the nation that you're trying to put out. And like Braden said, you got to make rule changes every year to put out one fire at a time. Because
I mean, not only with that, but you also have the college football game that kids are getting paid out on. They get a free game. You know, they're getting trucks and cars out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like you're not just getting paid willy-nilly. You're getting, like you just said, you're getting like millions of dollars, brand new Lamborghinis.
And I don't know if you guys saw the video of Texas with their NIL stuff, but their whole football team got brand new Lamborghinis.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, what kind of money do you have?
Yeah.
It's Texas. It's deep. Really deep
I get
pockets.
that, but there's got to be a certain level. You can't. Why would you want to go buy an 18-year-old a $200,000 car when he's going to get pulled over in 2 weeks and you're going to have to kick him off the team because he got caught speeding?
We're talking about Georgia. We're not Texas now.
Georgia. Yeah, there you
Close
go.
enough.
Hey, just go get drunk, drive your Lamborghini and crash it this weekend.
Oh, geez.
Well, and see, my case in point here is a very local to us example in Wyoming signing 3 Pac-12 basketball players to come in. They did get some NIL money. Cool, because like you said, it's here to stay. But they were detrimental to the team, and they didn't even make it through the season. So are we seeing that same thing happening at Vanderbilt, at Texas or Georgia or UCLA or Washington, or whatever the case may be?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but wasn't there a quarterback last year, UNLV, that left the team after 3 or so games because he wasn't getting what he promised, allegedly, and there was this whole big
Wasn't that Matt
about
Fuka?
it. No. Yeah, it was.
Started like
I remember the name.
games, I don't remember.
Because
Yes,
Matt
you're absolutely
Fuka,
correct.
now he's at another school getting paid again. I can't remember where he's for. He might be at Virginia. I can't remember where he's at.
Yeah, but no, like I was just thinking about that, and Aaron, to directly answer your question, you know, I think that Wyoming example is really good because on paper, those three guys were going to come in and be really good
Exactly.
assets to a team that had championship aspirations in the Mountain West, and they were everything but. And I think, it's murky waters and it's a lot more complicated than we make it out to be. But I think at that point, you got to think about bringing in contracts and saying, okay, you're here for a max of 2 years. After that, do whatever you want. Like, it's pretty much like pro sports, free agency. It's like you sign for a certain amount of time, you can get options, or it's fully guaranteed or whatever. But I think if you want guys to buy in an era where individualism and individuality and what's best for you is being pushed harder than it ever has, you have to have something like contracts in there to help stem the tiding and bridge that gap. So,
yeah. See, and the contracts worry me though, man, because like, could you imagine being in UCLA's boat right now and you have Nico for the next 3 years under contract? Like,
and that's the other side of it, is it's like you think that you get a good guy under a certain amount of time, and you sit there and you're like, what have we done?
Oh, trust me. I don't know, because none of you guys are Broncos fans. Maybe you guys recall a couple of years ago when we traded for Seattle's quarterback all-star. Man, holy smoke, we're getting Russell freaking Wilson, sign him to a 3-year deal, and he's horrible in Denver. I had to
Did you see the pass he threw today?
Yes.
Did you see the pass he threw today? Oh, good
Which
grief.
one?
That was the one that got intercepted.
Oh, the one at the very
overtime.
end.
Yeah, just with all due respect to Bronco fans, that reminded me of Peyton Manning in his last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah.
When the commentator said today, "Oh, we're seeing Seattle Russell Wilson," I was like, "Yeah, I wish we saw Seattle Russell Wilson when he was in Denver."
So I caught your guys' last episode. And I know you guys did a little like and dislike of a few games. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon just so you guys, I'm still having your show too. Oddly enough, so I don't get cable TV. My aunt does, but my aunt hates sports, so she doesn't have ESPN or any of the sports channels. So I didn't get a lot of football, but I did watch the Wyoming game. A little disappointed that they didn't cover the spread, but I'm not surprised.
Me too.
I was actually pleasantly surprised they were in the game through the first half. But when your offense is only on the field for half of the time that your defense is on, you're not going to win. You're just not going to.
No.
And that's the problem. It was, Matt and I both attended that game last night. We both went over to Laramie, and the lack of offensive control. I mean, granted, Utah's a good team. Give credit where credit's due. Devin Dampier, transfer from New Mexico. He's a complete opposite of Nico. He came to Utah and is freaking lighting it up for the Utes. I think he should be in Heisman contention right now. Maybe not top tier yet, but I think he should be up there. He's carrying that team. So that is a team that I don't think anybody in that stadium really expected to win last night. But I know my own personal opinion, I thought our defense was going to do everything they could to keep us in the game. And the problem is our defense did that, and the offense couldn't squeeze a fart out if they wanted to. I mean, they were completely unmovable. It was very frustrating to watch. And it's easier said than done as I'm sitting behind a microphone in my chair and laughing about the game and not playing it. It's easier for me to say, but you're on your home field. You got a big team. There was a pretty good crowd there last night. You got to be able to muster something better, because our defense gets the crowd fired up, gets out of a punch, and our offense sends them right back out a minute and 15 seconds later. I mean, they kept killing the vibe in that stadium. Then it'd get up, and then it'd come right back down. They couldn't build anything on it. It was frustrating.
Yeah. That was the main takeaway for me, is like every time the defense came up with a stop, and there were plenty of drives in that first half where I thought the lid was going to burst open and they were finally going to break. But I mean, granted, they got the benefit of 3 missed field goals from Utah's kicker in that first half, one that they blocked. So they gave that offense plenty of chances to put points on the board, and they just couldn't do it. And the fact that they were only down 10 at the half, I was shocked because
Yes.
all the talk going into this game was Utah was going to be up 4 touchdowns by the end of the first quarter. So when they weren't, I was like, okay, the offense has a chance to actually keep pace here. And Braden and I said, it's like, if Wyoming wanted to win this game, they had to score on almost every drive. And
Absolutely.
And even after that first quarter, I'm like, okay, defense is playing really well. We still have a chance. And then after that first half, I'm like, you're only down 3. This is very winnable. And then it's like a switch flipped to those locker rooms. Utah made plenty of adjustments, and Wyoming did not. It's like you had 2 different coaching staffs on that field, and one knew exactly how to take control, and the other didn't.
Yep. Well, so here's a little bit of interesting fact for you. My dad's cousin, which I guess means my second cousin, is actually the offensive line or the defensive line coach for Utah. And that would be Luther Ellis.
Wow.
Cool.
So, yeah. So I do have some family ties to Utah. I have no ties as a fan to Utah.
I have a
Just
little
saying.
bit. I have a little bit of a tie as a fan to Utah just because of Coulter, but that's for baseball. So
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
And
That's fair.
the last thing I'm going to say about that game is whoever scored that last touchdown, I can't remember if it was Utah's running back or quarterback, but he needs to be investigated for gambling because there was zero reason why he didn't take a freaking knee when he got past the first down marker with a minute left last night, and he scored to cover the spread for Utah. Investigate that man for his DraftKings account, man. It was just
Dick.
I remember sitting there, and me and Ryan, we both took Wyoming's spread to cover last
Me
night.
too.
We were like, oh, we'll just touch their money.
I think
line
everyone in
just
that
because
stadium
it'd
did.
be cool. I was watching it. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. This dude knew something because he just rolled a lot of money over in this stadium.
Yes, he did.
And last thing I'll say is if there's one silver lining to come out of it, Harris, the running back for Wyoming, number 26, he had a pretty good second half, I'd say. I mean, first half there was not a lot to be found offensively, but going forward, if Wyoming can rely on him as a super dependable RB2, I think that's really going to open things up for the rest of that offense.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. So real quick, I'm just going to pick a couple games. It doesn't have to be a complete and total analysis, just something that you do like about this. We've got Oregon, Northwestern. Oregon just looks like Oregon.
yeah.
I personally, just watching that game yesterday morning, I thought they would score a little bit more on Northwestern. Yes. It kind of seemed like their offense didn't produce like I thought they would. I know I took Oregon minus 27.5. I thought they'd be up by 40 come halftime. But Oregon is legit. I mean, last year they got their ass whooped by Ohio State in the opening round of the playoff. I think Oregon's problem last year is they did not expect Ohio State to come out and play the way they did just losing Michigan.
Absolutely.
Oregon reloaded. Dante Moore still looks amazing for them. I think he's going to be getting that team deep, and I think they're a very good choice to still have that Big Ten title game come 12 weeks from now. Oregon's a real deal. I think they're a top 5 team. I think they're perfect ranked at 4 right now.
Yeah. And one thing that signifies
real quick, I'll be right back.
Yep.
One thing that signifies to me is that Dan Lanning is building his own Georgia up in Eugene. He is building his own college football machine. You bring 5-stars in, they go. Others go to the NFL. It's just like what Kirby Smart built down there in Athens, and eventually that's going to yield titles. I mean, last year I picked them to do it. They ran into the buzzsaw called Ohio State, but I think regardless. Dan Lanning is building a fantastic program up there in Oregon, and eventually he's going to break through. And, this is just a case of, you lose Tez Johnson, you lose Dylan Gabriel, you lose just a lot of talent to the NFL. Doesn't matter. They're going to be right there, and they're going to be right in the thick of it with the Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions at the end. So my
analysis, I think why they didn't score as much is because it was a morning game. They're a West Coast team. They're now 2 time
9 a.m.
zones. They're
kickoff
still,
on 'em.
yeah, they're still trying to get breakfast done, still trying to get their juices flowing, get that cup of coffee down, whatever the case may be. So seeing them not hit that spread doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But their advantage is Autzen Stadium, and they're
Absolutely.
they're going to steamroll teams.
That place is a
Mhm.
firework at night, especially when that team is rocking. Dan Lanning, you know, I think they have one of the coolest end of the third quarter songs with shout that comes on. I think that stadium's just awesome to watch videos of when they do all that stuff. They got something special cooking down there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're dangerous, but you know, now I got to start worrying about them because Florida State had a bye week this week and moved up 3 spots to the 7 spot, surpassed Texas, and so now I'm like, hopefully we can make the playoff. But if we have to go to Oregon, man, that'd be a scary game to go and play over there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of scary, Miami, or are we just looking at a pretending South Florida team?
Here's my thing about that, and I'm going to kind of jump off of it for a second because just the rankings came out today, and Miami is now up to 4, I believe. 3? 4, I believe. I'm trying to remember off the top of my brain. I think it's Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Miami. Miami is respectively a top 5 team in the nation right now. Their defense looks tremendously upgraded from last year. Last year they couldn't stop anything defensively, and thank God they had Cam Ward to win games that they probably shouldn't have. Miami is legit. USF is also legit in my opinion. I think Byron Brown is playing really, really good football down there. But them losing to that Miami team after going into Gainesville, beating the Gators at home and beating Boise State on their home turf, that loss right there does not justify to me them dropping out of the top 25 completely. I thought that was pretty skewed there. I did not like that one, especially now we're going into week 4 of the season. There's still a team in the top 25 that has failed to win a game in Yes. Sorry, I didn't word that wrong. With Notre Dame. It's juicy to me. I mean, they talk about FPI so much now, and I as a non-biased SEC hater, they have in their FPI rankings right now, Alabama, who is 2-1, got their butts handed to them in Tallahassee. They are ranked number 3 in the nation in FPI. My opinion is FPI is a skewed, bias pushing, agenda pushing ranking that they use to make sure the teams that they want to get into this playoff come the end of the year get in. It's another thing to just help them and try to justify whatever team they push in.
Yep. I would agree.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And I'd say for South Florida, I'm with Braden. I think that they deserved a much longer stay in the top 25. We thought, me and Braden and I were confident at the start saying Boise was gonna pick up right where they left off last year, despite the fact they lost. No, they don't. But yeah, it's like, even if you lose Ashton Genty, it's like, oh yeah, they'll still be fine. No, they did not look fine. They looked like the opposite of fine. That game was over by the third quarter. And then, like Braden said, you go into Gainesville and you upset the Gators and you put Billy Napier on the hot seat right as the final buzzer sounds. So it's like South Florida's making waves, and you lose one game to a team that is very quickly looking like a title contender. I don't think that that's justified to take them out of the top 25. But Miami, I will eat my words, because I'm on record saying I did not believe in them. I didn't think they should be in the top 10 at the start of the season, and they're looking every bit like a top contender in that conference.
Yeah, absolutely. But Miami, I think their next true test, man, is they got to go into Tallahassee October 4th. And I don't know if any of you guys watched Florida State play Alabama week 1, but that was loud. That was loud. And now we're getting rival night game at home. That place is going to be sold out. Miami's going to have a hard test here come.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it 2 weeks from now, October 4th? Yeah, roughly 2 weeks, whenever it is.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll really see, because I don't think anybody thought Florida State was going to be what they were this year. I know going into week 1, I sure as smokes didn't. my expectations were low, but my optimism was high. I'm happy that they look completely different than they did last year. But that Miami is going to have to prove a lot. I think they still also have to go. Do they play Florida this year?
Yeah, they play Florida
maybe?
next.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, that's
Coming
right.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that one
5:30.
in Miami or is that in Gainesville?
That one's in Miami.
So that'll be another good one at home.
No, Gainesville.
Oh, that'll be if
Interesting.
Napier
No,
wants to
wait,
prove
no, it
his
says
season,
versus. It says versus. So it'll be in Miami.
okay.
Well, the other
'Cause they
thing
have
that the state
four
of
at
Florida
home.
likes to do is they like to take those big games and put them in Jacksonville in the NFL stadium.
Yeah.
Because
True.
they do that with
Well, not only that, but they have Florida
Georgia
State
all the
right
time.
after Florida. They go
Yeah.
Florida State, Louisville,
And Louisville was a team
Stanford,
that I felt would be
SMU,
much better.
Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and so on.
Yeah, do they play Clemson?
But they
this
got
year?
Florida
They
Florida
did not.
State.
Yeah, they pretty much really, if you're just looking at it on paper right now, they have 3 hard games left. I think you could classify as with SMU, who just came off a playoff appearance last year, Florida State, who it's looking like it's. I wouldn't even be surprised if Florida State wins their next game and ESPN and everybody pushes Florida State into the top 5 strictly for this matchup.
I would not be surprised in the
Return
slightest.
back
That's
to
fair.
2000s. Do I think they're a top 5 school in the nation yet? I don't think Florida State's there yet. But you have Miami. If Miami takes care of Florida next week at home, you're looking at a potential middle of the season cinema of Florida State, Miami. It's going to feel like the 2000s again, with both top 5 teams rocking. Should be a fun one, man. But I think Miami's a legit team, and I think in 2 weeks now we're going to be looking at the ACC championship that we'll watch again come
That's fair.
December.
Definitely.
that.
And one part of the top 25 that I wanted to touch on real quick because I noticed it. Clemson is in free fall. They lose to Georgia Tech in Atlanta on a game-winning field goal, drop all the way out of the top 25 from number 12. That might be looking like the worst prediction I've had in the history of ESPN. and I had the Braves winning the World Series. But
Clemson a lot like Boise State in a standpoint. They lost Antonio Williams in that first game against LSU, and Clemson really kind of looks like they forgot how to run an offense.
yeah,
Oh, Clemson looks so bad.
They look rough, and it's really, really surprising because Matt and I were so high on them throughout the beginning of the season that is a roster that is on paper built to
Talented.
be top 5 and in that college football title contention. And
Right.
I don't know what Dabo's doing down there, man, but they don't have a whole – they have Florida State at home, but the rest of their conference schedule doesn't look great. They got to get into the ACC title now.
Well, in that first game, I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because LSU's defensive pressure was outstanding, and I'm like, okay, ACC O line against an SEC D line, okay, I can see where there's a mismatch in terms of talent and scheme, but then you look at Troy, you're gonna mess around and get down 16 to Troy, and then you have to
outright to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's like you're sputtering out the gate, and then this is what happens. But yeah, it's like, I mean, depending on how the rest of the season goes, you have to ask the question that I think everyone down there in South Carolina has wanted to avoid. It's like, how much time is left for Dabo Swinney?
Absolutely. I think my final question about college football I wanted to ask all of you is the obvious one. Like I said, we got the 24th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish sitting at 0-2. Are they done for the playoff? I don't think there's any.
I don't think they're done for the playoffs, just simply because it's Notre Dame and there is a national bias to do everything they can to get Notre Dame into the playoff. And I think that's a bunch of BS. I really do.
I agree.
But here's what Matt and I were talking about last week. We looked at their schedule. Their first 2 games, as of right now, were ranked. They're only ranked games they have. They don't have a conference championship, and the rest of their games are like UConn, who in football is a laughing stock of college.
And Stanford.
and Stanford. Like,
Yeah.
who do they have left on their schedule that is going to persuade anybody sitting in that board?
Mm-hmm.
You should put
I
them in
mean,
the top 12 teams in the nation.
I mean, at this point, you have to.
Unfortunately, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't Notre Dame and it was somebody else, you'd have to hope that everyone ahead of you just falters, and you have a week where you win, everyone else loses, and you shoot up 15 spots or something
Yeah, and that's
astronomical
not
like
happening.
that. No,
That's not happening. It's
Yes.
just not. So the
Yes,
one
I
game
mean-
I will say on the ESPN app. Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean to do that. On the
No, you're
ESPN
okay.
app that I did watch was Montana and North Dakota. And I don't know about you, but that Montana stadium has an atmosphere that you would not believe unless you are in this region, because that Montana team is the NFL team in Montana.
That's
It
so.
is-
I'm pretty sure you guys know Matt and I go to college football playoff or a college football game every year.
Mhm.
Randomly draw that game. It's super fun to do. This is our fifth year doing it now.
Fifth year. Yeah.
And every time we talk about it, our buddy Ryan's dad, Reese, he goes, I don't care what else you put in, you have to put in Montana State. He says that game is amazing when you go up into Montana, because it, like you said, it is their NFL teams, it's their college teams, it is Montana teams. And I've watched Montana before on TV when FCS playoffs roll around and all that stuff. Their stadium gets loud.
Very loud. And it was a fun game to watch. I honestly am surprised Montana pulled it out. But they did. They absolutely did, and beat North Dakota. And North Dakota's not a bad team at all.
No.
Both of the teams were ranked for the,
I believe North Dakota
18.
made the FCS playoff last year.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So
So
that's the only college football I got, guys. Sorry.
Matt,
I was going to say,
what else?
with
Do you have anything?
with that Notre Dame, they play Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC, Boston College, Navy,
Here's
Syracuse, and Stanford.
just a couple that you set off that. If I'm a Notre Dame fan, I am the biggest fan in the world of Boise State, Arkansas, and USC. You
Yes.
need
Oh,
those
yeah.
three teams to win, get ranked, and look good, and you have to beat them when you play them, because as of right now, you don't have a single ranked team in the rest of your schedule, and
USC
have
is the only
no-
one ranked. In
did
the,
they
in that.
just get in this week?
Just got in, snuck in
Okay.
at 25.
Yep.
So one ranked now, but
Yeah.
if I'm them, go Broncos, go Trojans, go Razorbacks, because you guys have to help us look better, because now we've proved in the first 2 weeks of the season that we can't beat a ranked team. So why would they have any pull to get into the playoff?
Right.
Yep.
And one thing I'll say on Notre Dame, just to wrap up this part, is I've been a low-key hater of them ever since I started watching college football, because they haven't ever been in a conference. And I think that might be a purist to me, but I'm like, I think if you want to actually contend for titles, you need to be in a conference. And
especially
Yes.
now, with the playoff now,
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that you don't play another game like
yeah,
Ohio State, who's going to be in the Big Ten championship, or LSU, who has a really good shot to be in the SEC championship. Like, if you don't have another opportunity to lose a game like these guys should, then your wins beforehand should mean significantly less.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and we've seen it time and time again. It's like there have been 2 or 3 instances where they've been ranked 2 or 3 going into the college football playoff field, and they get annihilated by whoever they play.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, I think it's happened to them twice against Clemson. And then last year, I think they just went on kind of a Cinderella run to that title game. But yeah, it's like now seeing them like maybe face the consequences of not being in a conference, that makes my little black heart happy. So I just wanted to notate that.
That's fair. Real quick, guys, I don't know where the Monday or the Sunday night football game stands, but we're going to hit
I can tell you.
Some NFL.
We're in the fourth quarter right now. I don't know about you guys. I don't know
probably
if you
got
see
it
that
on.
next to me, but I always got it on.
I'm in my studio. I got nothing in here right now.
Yeah.
Minnesota's down 15-6.
Yep.
Uh-oh, Matt.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, Matt.
Oh.
Sorry, Matt.
Good thing I go into work at 7 tomorrow. It's okay.
See, there you go.
Matt, carry the boat for me real quick to open up the NFL. I can't hold it any longer. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. No, you're all good, BMO. I got you. I'll just rip off the Band-Aid for all the Broncos fans. That was a brutal way to lose today.
Oh, God.
Your offense does enough to win. 28 points should be enough to win in the NFL. And the Colts, I thought they beat up on a really bad Miami team last week. And I thought there's no way they score above 15 against this Broncos defense, who I think is still on paper the best unit in the NFL on defense. And yet they walk in, they drop 29. And I didn't see the replay, but when the penalty was thrown that the
leverage.
Yeah,
stupid
the
leverage call. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I've never seen that before in my life, and I mean, granted, like when you have that straight on view of the formation and the goalpost, you don't see that, and then I just thought it was unreal because the first field goal that he kicked was nowhere close, and then you think you win and you're excited. And it's like, oh no, he gets one more shot and it's significantly closer this time.
Yeah.
Like
so you want to know where
down
that
the
rule
middle.
came in?
Where?
Right down the middle.
It was
That
because
rule
of Bobby
came in.
Wagner, wasn't it?
No,
Bobby
Cam
Wagner
Chancellor.
jumped over. It was Cam Chancellor.
It was Cam
right?
Chancellor.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he
would
blocked it.
always jump over that center, and
Yeah.
he would time it just right, and he would be blocking that kick as he's jumping the center. And it was fun to watch, but it was also a very dangerous play for that center. So I get the rule, and I don't have a problem with the rule.
Or just
I
for
don't
Cam
know if that
Chancellor.
was the right call.
It's kind of a
don't know if
dangerous
that was
play
the
for
call.
everybody. I mean, you could say Saquon's backward jump was dangerous, but everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. They have it on replay in Madden. That's how much they love it. It's on 360 loop replay. It's
All right,
awesome.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
We're just
We're
talking
bemoaning
about
the leverage call to end the game for Denver. And I told him that is a Cam Chancellor Seattle Seahawks special penalty because Cam Chancellor blocked how many field goals by jumping that center?
I can
And
count at least 5, probably.
here's what I told Matt. That center, there's a screenshot on Twitter too. That center stands up and looks left to block the guy on his left.
Mhm.
Once that center raises himself and puts himself in a non-defenseless position, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the NFL rule was once he gets out of that defenseless position, he becomes a blocker. Am I right?
Yes. Now, watching the replay, I'm not an expert in football by any means. It looked like the defender had started to use that leverage before he came up. But I very well can have my mind changed by looking at pictures or something.
And
like
I would
that.
have to watch it again because honestly, I was so pissed off after it happened. I just didn't
Oh,
want to
absolutely.
watch any video.
Click. TV
have to
off
watch.
immediately.
Yeah, oh my god, I was jumping because he missed the 60-yarder, and then I was like, oh no, they have to kick another. Oh, it was
And closer.
I would have to watch it again, but I didn't see leverage, and what my thought of it was if there was no flag, I don't think anybody would have even brought it up.
Agreed.
Nobody would have said, "Oh, that was leverage. Why didn't they get the call?" That's how bad I think the call was. I didn't think it didn't change the outcome of that play in any way, shape, or form for me.
To the defender's defense, he handled it very professionally because he's like, I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to know what I did so I don't do it again. And that it says a lot more about him than anything I could have ever imagined because he did not complain about the call. He did not blame the referees on the call. He's like, I need to learn from this. Please teach me.
Yep.
So kudos to him.
He's probably
all
like,
I'm
I saw
gonna
Cam
say-
Chancellor do it. Why can't I
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah.
I want to be like Cam
Yeah.
Chancellor.
Yeah.
Cam
That stuff
Chancellor.
is
He's one
sick.
of my freaking favorite safeties to watch. But all I know now as a Denver Broncos fan is anytime between last season and this season, anytime there's a last second field goal against the Broncos, for the Broncos, whatever it is, I'm turning the TV off because the Kansas City Chiefs blocked that one last year, and now we lost another one off of this Indianapolis Colts one. So anytime it's a last second field goal, I'm turning the game off and just being mad the rest of the day.
Well, speaking of the Chiefs, they're on a 3-game losing streak.
They
I
are.
love it.
Same.
Awesome. It's awesome.
I think anybody except Chiefs fans say, lose another one, assholes.
I mean, so here's my observation because of the history of the Sea Chickens and freaking throwing the ball at the goal line to lose to the Patriots. I could not stand the Patriots. I still can't stand the Patriots. I don't know why. I can't.
They haven't won in how many years, and I still hate them.
Thank you. And I
Yeah.
get the sense that is the level that the Swifties are at right now. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Yes. No. Yeah. You are not wrong. I think that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
It's all
It's for them, this is uncharted waters.
I mean,
mean-
hey, congratulations to Travis and her, though. I mean,
On
what
the
a
one
dude
note,
to go after a woman like her. Who would have thought he had a shot with that?
yeah, he did it, but that's the
just
only
what I'm
thing good
saying.
he has going for him right now. My
absolutely.
opinion, I don't think there's a tight end in the league that looks more ready that he needs to retire than Travis Kelce.
I
He
agree.
looked
Yes.
significantly slower in his routes. His catching ability has gone way down. I think even just his mental, he does not look as locked into games as he did 4 years ago.
His
No.
tackling skills are on point, though.
Oh yeah, it's because he can't catch the ball and just gets picks.
Well, and he takes out his own dudes too.
He
so-
takes out his own guys.
knocks out Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
He posted. Did you guys see the after the game interview that he did? He's like, "I've been in the league how long, and I should know better. And I knew as soon as I hit him that it wasn't good, and I just feel so bad. I just got to be better than that, man." It's like, bro, Yeah, you're
you
right.
just lost your quarterback, his top
you
11.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
you screwed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yes.
luck.
Yeah, so but back to the Chiefs, I think like Braden said, they haven't been in this position in how many years? I mean, I saw one of the craziest stats ever on the ticker on Red Zone today that said before today, Patrick Mahomes had never started a season 0-2.
I mean, so that's at least 8 years, isn't he?
Yeah, 8
isn't this
years.
his ninth season?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like this is the first time they've ever faced any, I think, real adversity. And because, I mean, yes, last year they won a lot of games they shouldn't have, but I mean, they were still considered the best team in the AFC. But now it's like, now Kansas City is mortal for the first time in what feels like forever. And like,
I mean, if we're just looking ahead at them, they have the Giants next week win. Ravens the next week.
No.
There's a chance they're 1-3. And then the
Yes.
Jags. And then the Lions. There's a
Mhm.
chance they're 2-4. And then they got the Bills in Buffalo. I mean,
Actually,
they have legitimately 8 to
Back-
9 games. I think.
back up on that 2-4, and I say this because Jacksonville looked really good until that fourth quarter.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
They
Yes,
looked
they did.
really good until that fourth quarter, and if they play that way against Kansas City, I don't know that Kansas City's going to win.
My biggest thing about the Jaguars is just watching that game today. Their receivers need to sit on a jugs machine from tomorrow morning to the end of the season. And because that's just way too many drop passes. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't have that one, they're in the end zone. I can't remember if it was second or third quarter, but he threw 3 straight passes that his receivers dropped in the end zone. I mean, and you turn that into the end of the game where they lost by a 1 score. I mean, there's a lot of outcomes with that. So I agree. I thought Jacksonville looked good minus their receivers dropping pass after pass after pass today.
Well, and I mean the number one culprit is Brian Thomas Jr. your supposed number one wideout, you have the game in your hands and you just drop it.
Yep.
Like that can't happen. It's like you are 1 inch away from winning that game and you drop it instead.
Yeah.
So, and not to mention Joe Burrow goes out with turf toe in the first half.
Oh, and Brock Purdy. Tell me how soft those guys are.
Yeah.
Those guys are soft.
But the reports are now, I don't know if any of you guys were looking. I think it just came out. Joe Burrow now is getting evaluated tomorrow. With his turf toe, he can be out for 3 months.
Huh?
Yeah, he
It
tore
was grade
ligaments in his
3.
toe.
I know that.
Yeah, because it says 1 hour ago, Joe Burrow can miss 3 months if surgery is deemed necessary for his turf toe injury.
Yeah, I got him on my fantasy team. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's to put the ligaments back together.
Matt,
That's what
Matt,
that is.
I have a quick question. Does this put my claim last week or 2 weeks ago on our podcast when I deemed Joe Burrow the future MVP? Do I get insurance from this if he goes out with injury?
Ask the sports book for that. I can't really help you there.
That's awesome.
I just want to make sure I'm still a valid take maker. If
I think you
Joe
should at
Burrow
least get the
goes
bet
out.
back.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Well, so I never
It's
put money
gonna
on it.
be a
I
no
just want to
sweat.
ask Matt on my podcast. On the podcast, can I now change my answer if Joe Burrow's out for 3 months?
if he's out, if this was week 7, I'd say no. But since it's week 2, sure.
All right, I appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure I was.
Look at that grace. Get some grace.
All right, I got to
I mean-
come up with a better one next week.
I mean, to be fair, I have to
pressure,
give you
though.
grace because we are joined by blood.
Yep.
So,
There you
Yep.
go. There you go. That's fair. So enough NFL talk. We're going to hop to NHL. Ethan and I are huge NHL fans. Every year that the Kraken have been in existence, we have gone to a game. We're still trying to figure out where we're going this year, if we're going anywhere besides Denver next year or this year. Going to be a little tough because, we have a roof that needs replaced. I need to have shoulder surgery. Our dog needs to have a tooth removed. We just bought a new toilet today. Life is throwing us curveballs where we are spending money, or not spending, we're hemorrhaging money. So, I don't know if we'll be able to take a trip, but we are at least getting to a game. It might even be going over to Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Who knows?
That would be fun.
We haven't figured it out yet.
That'd be really fun.
I got a
Because-
TV in my bedroom.
Seattle, unfortunately, the last game of the year is when they're making their only trip to Denver this year.
I got the
wow.
Colorado Eagles too.
We do have
We
the Eagles.
Coachella Valley if they ever come.
We could go see Coachella Valley. So, I'm just real quick on the NHL. I'm looking for another knockout dragout fight in the division between Colorado and Dallas. I don't see anything changing there.
I just hope
maybe.
if they face in the playoffs again that Mikko Rantanen doesn't do the same thing he did this last year because that kind of
Yes.
hurt my feelings. It
That
made
was
me sad.
frustrating.
That
That
hurt
was
all of
frustrating.
our feelings.
Oh man. I said
Yes.
you can score 1. That's okay. That's not gonna hurt nothing. We can still come back. Oh, you're gonna score 2? I don't know. It's getting tough now. You put in a hat trick, it's game over. And then the fourth one goes in the back of the net, and I'm like, yeah.
He
Good job,
was
man.
silent in like the first 2 games of that series.
Yes.
He was silent in the entire series until that last game, and then
Yes, that's right.
decided to
I'm trying to
drop
bring
8
my
points in one game, and it's like,
yeah.
dude, what are you do? Where'd that come from?
I think I
Yeah.
only watched 2 or 3 of those goals because by the time he was scoring his 4th, I'm pretty sure my
Game
TV
was
was
over.
off and broken and laying on the floor, and I was like, not even watching.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually in the greater DFW Metroplex in Game 5 when Colorado did pull out the win there in Dallas. And I was actually in the baseballism store at a baseball stadium. And when I saw Colorado score, I started cheering. I was actually on the phone with Ethan. He's like, bro, you're in enemy territory. Watch your mouth. And I'm like, you're right. So fortunately, I didn't meet the lynch mob because they were all exiting the stadium. And I was buying some goods. I will say I until somebody beats them, Florida is the favorite again. I don't know that I will pick them, but they are the favorite. I just don't know who's going to beat them because the Rangers
Who's
just
going to be better?
that's the thing.
I
Tampa
mean,
did not look like Tampa last year.
Florida has played an unbelievable 2 years of hockey.
Mhm.
Yes.
Unbelievable
Yes.
2 years. As soon as they went to the finals, I said, it's over already. You know they win.
Yeah. Well, they were playing Edmonton.
And it's the same because you know Edmonton, guess what, is going to choke.
Mhm.
So is Toronto.
Toronto's in the first round, though. That's different.
Yeah.
No, they made it to the second round this past year.
I was going to say they made it. They advanced this year, didn't they? Or last year?
Barely.
I was going to say, is Edmonton going to make it a third straight time, or is it going to be somebody else?
I think Edmonton and McDavid are on the brink of breaking.
Yeah. I think
if you want my honest
Edmonton
opinion,
go a third year.
Didn't he sign an extension?
McDavid?
Not yet.
I thought he signed
been
a
official
extension. But but yeah, I mean, it's like not to go backwards, but I thought in that Stanley Cup final last year, Leon Draisaitl was a much better player than he was in any of those games. I mean,
absolutely.
If not for Draisaitl, I think that's a sweep. Like,
absolutely.
100% agree with that one.
And it's not even close. So
no,
I think, and like Ethan, I'm with you. I think that the Oilers and Connor McDavid are close to separating. And I mean, as Avs fans, I think Braden and I can be a little more hopeful that if they can figure everything out and get injuries figured out and not choke away a Game 7 lead, I think that they can find themselves back in the Cup Finals if everything goes right.
Especially since they have captain back.
Oh, yeah,
captain, my captain.
Yeah, back for a full year of fully healthy return, I think.
And I mean, you saw what he did in that playoff series. He flattened Rantanen from behind, and he barely hit him. Mm-hmm. I mean, just imagine over this offseason how much more he's worked and improved and how much better he's going to be from, 2, 3, 4 weeks that he had on the ice that whole year, and that's just in playoff hockey. He didn't play that full season that he could have.
Right.
They were saying, oh, he might come back during the All-Star break. He might come back during this break, but he came back when he felt it was time. And I think that time was the perfect time for him, if I'm being honest.
And I think
it showed the fight that he had. It showed the entire organization because he went down to the Eagles and played with them first.
Absolutely. And
I think that shows the younger guys how much fight it takes.
Yeah, I think him doing it the right way of not coming back early, don't preemie it. I think he just extended the longevity of his career by a lot. I don't know if I could say 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, but not coming back prematurely, I think was 100% the right thing to do because you come back not 100% and you hurt it again, there's a chance you don't freaking step on the ice ever again.
And with the type of injury he had with the skate cutting his knee open, one player I think in the history has never come back from that, and he maybe played like 2 weeks after that. And that's just with the history of that injury. But I think the Avs will be pretty decent. I hope the Kraken can be pretty decent. I think the Flyers might be okay. I don't know. I could be joking myself.
Don't get my hopes up, dude.
I'm just saying that Owen Tippett. I'm just saying that Owen Tippett.
And I am so disappointed every year after about December.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't really watched it, but I hope the best for them. I really do.
I want to believe you, but I don't have that hope.
Just watch the Flyers be a sneaker.
I'd love it, but I don't have faith. So with Seattle, they've got another new coach, so third coach in 3 years. They jettisoned the last year's coach out really quick. I want to say you might see their number 1 draft pick from 2 years ago make it because he's having a great opening in spring training already. He's looking good. And that is Catan. I want to see Wright and Beniers step up their game this year. And if both of those two young kids can do that, I think Seattle will be okay. I really do. Who
Matty has
from Dallas as well? I don't remember.
The big defenseman.
Yeah.
Marchment?
Yes, Marchment. Yes.
Is that him?
Yes, Mason.
Yeah.
Mason Marchment.
Yep.
So you put him on that line, I think, with Beniers. You're going to see him protecting Beniers, and I would not be surprised if Beniers shows his games or season 1 potential again.
I think on paper the Kraken are better than what they're going to be. No, I said that wrong. I think on paper the Kraken are going to be better than what people think they're going to be. That's what I'm saying.
Fair. That's fair. So, well, boys, we're to that time of the podcast.
What is it? The Don't Be Stupid Award?
Well, I don't have a Don't Be Stupid Award.
Oh.
Anybody got anything for Pat Hobart Don't Be Stupid Award?
Brian Thomas Jr. not catching that pass on the 1 yard line. It's like, you are the number one. The game is in your hands. Just catch the ball. Do what you are paid to do.
I got one that I just thought of off the top of my brain. I honestly spaced it, never thought about it the whole episode. My Don't Be Stupid award goes out to Nico Amalavia or whatever from UCLA. You think you're $5 million, man, and you're 0-3. Don't be stupid. Tennessee carried you to relevancy last year.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just shut up and play quarterback how you should be?
I respect that. Yeah, like I'd said when we were in studio beforehand, man, I had several of them last week, but I'm the type of guy that A, if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget, and B, if I sleep after I think about it, it's gone.
Yep.
So yeah, that's me. So here we are, boys. We are talking about the ESP future. And I know we've been talking a lot the last couple weeks. As you guys know, I've started the 307 Podcast Network, and that's starting to take off a little bit. I've got everything for First Pitch Strike moved over to that network and the platform that I'm using for that. I've got a couple guys that I'm trying to get started with their podcast. But where is ESP going? What are they doing? What's coming down the pipe for you guys?
So ESP is joining the 307 Podcast Network. We made that determination a few weeks ago. Very excited to join this venture with you guys. This is a big step for the podcast, for us, and for our future. So we can't wait to partner with both of you, with First Pitch Strike and whatever else is coming down the pipeline there. But we're also looking at doing a little extra content on the side for our viewers. Not entirely sure what that's going to entail, but I'm thinking of some ideas. And when we have some things that are determined, there will be things put out on our socials that you guys can look at and ponder whether you want to engage. So
yeah, I think just from my side of it, thinking about it, we're trying to get a lot more into the social media, uploading content, getting our name out there, in as Matt and I have been trying through TikTok. I mean, TikTok just reaches people that you don't have the ability to reach all the time. So we're trying to upload a bunch of content there. When Matt first presented me with this idea of joining with you guys onto the podcast network, I told him, I was like, dude, we don't lose anything from doing this. Like, I think it's a great opportunity for us to connect with other podcast groups, hence what we're doing right now, a live episode with another First Pitch Strike, you two. It's going to bring new opportunities for us. To say, do we have a clear-cut future plan? I'm just trying to make sure I wake up on time to go to work tomorrow.
Amen to that.
Yeah, so we're taking it day by day, but we're super excited. And when Matt presented this to me, I told him yes. I was like, absolutely, dude. This is nothing but good things to come from it. So we're really excited to be joining you guys and tackle this podcasting world together. And yeah, I mean, we don't have a whole lot planned. We kind of suck because Matt just started a new job at the state, so our content uploading has gone a little bit down just because our lives have gotten hectic. But Our future is pretty easy. We're just trying to grow, trying to meet new people, talk to new people. And we thought that joining you two, lifelong friends, it just is it was too stupid to say no, if that makes sense.
I do appreciate it, Matt. Congratulations on the new job. I like it.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
When Matt hit me up, because I'm the type of guy that doesn't want to step on toes, and you guys have done everything you guys can do and should have been doing in getting your podcast up and running and getting the following that you're getting and getting some of the opportunities that you're getting. I mean, I'm a cheerleader and I was cheering from the sidelines. So good job there, guys. I'm excited to get you on board. I don't take this lightly at all. I want to see you guys succeed, regardless of how that looks. So if you're getting that content up on socials, great. I know Matt and I had talked about some of the stuff that you could do as well. In addition to TikTok, I'm sure we'll continue those talks and trying to get you guys helped out, but also in an effort to help Ethan and I get those ideas, into play. Because I am horrible at getting the social media stuff done. I'm not going to lie, but
it's not easy.
Every time, no, it's not. And I'm old, and I work way too much. So
it's really another job within itself. I mean,
absolutely,
it doesn't feel like it, but it does feel like it at the same time.
Exactly. That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah. So fortunately, we've got my daughter. She's living in Jacksonville right now. She's stated that she'd be willing to help if the opportunity was needed, if we could make things work out, whether that be a kind of an employee type, hey, Aaron's going to throw a couple extra bones to the daughter to help out for doing something, whether it is a logo design or hey, help with social media.
And I'm still trying to come up with the hats. I texted the lady, but she didn't reply to me, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you might need to go to the mall. So
I just don't find myself on that side of town very often.
Yeah, I get it. Hopefully that means we can help you guys with some merch. I'm working on that for myself and Ethan and our podcast, plus looking at it for other people that are joining the network. And then also just having some network merch. Not that anybody wants to buy 307 Podcast Network, but I took a Buffalo. I think it's a pretty cool little logo there for the 307.
Absolutely.
But again, that was just something I threw together because I could.
Maybe like during different times of the season, we can come out with different types of stuff. Like during the summer, come out with shorts. During the winter, come out with beanies. Who knows?
Yeah,
exactly.
Hopefully I can help you guys as a cheerleader and just a sounding board for ideas that you guys may have. Because that's really all I want, is to be a sounding board for people.
And same to you guys. I mean,
what happens.
Yeah, that's what we're most excited for, is working with other people, even though we still have our own show, being a part of something where people can help us out if we need it, and vice versa. And it just it seemed like a perfect opportunity, and we're more than excited to be finally hopping on board with you two.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. And when you say lifelong friends, Matt, I remember watching you scoot around as best as you can that baseball diamond when Ethan and Braden were 10 years old.
I remember that too. I remember trying to get him into them hotel pools and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about Ethan and I were baseballing together since I think our very first team was when we were 6 years old on the Cardinals in Cheyenne Junior League. I mean, lifelong
with the T-ball. The T-ball. Yep. So I think there were only 2 full years you guys didn't play together.
I think so.
Maybe 3 because of sophomore year. He was playing Sixers, you guys, I think, were still playing Hawks, weren't you?
I was JV, yes.
So, yeah.
But
And
even
his
then, there were calls up and
Yeah.
down, and I think
Yep.
he made
Yep.
an appearance at least once or twice or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I came up to varsity a couple of times that year.
Yeah.
And I think I pitched maybe 2 inning in a third or something. Never really played it, but I was up there.
Still
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
awesome.
So, and I've known, Braden, your dad for just as long as you've known Ethan.
Yeah.
Really, between coaching and then
time.
Yeah, and then him being one of Rachel's teachers and
Oh,
running
yeah.
into him into grocery stores, and so it's
Oh,
it's
and
been a
you-
couple days
you-
since we've known each other.
Yeah.
You knew my dad too.
Absolutely.
For a long time.
Yeah, and
Loved
man,
your
I think
dad.
about that man often.
Oh,
and
every
I'm
time
not
I step
saying
on
that
that
just to-
baseball field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that to
Every
blow
time I'm
smoke,
out
man. I think about him very, very often, and honestly, probably one of the greatest guys I've ever met. And I know you definitely think about him every day, and we're right there with you, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, he was a great man, impacted a lot of lives, and that just makes me
Yes.
happy. But I mean, bottom
Absolutely.
line is we are so excited to hop on board with you guys, join the 307 podcast network. It's going to be a big thing, not just for us, but for you guys as well. So we can't wait to see where it goes.
Absolutely. I like it. So with that, it's done. This might be we did have one that went over 2 hours, but that was like one where we had 5 people on talking preseason baseball. So this is the second. Yeah, this is the second longest podcast for First Pitch Strike. Probably the longest one for you guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, we're making history tonight.
Yes,
Making
sir.
history
you go.
tonight.
Everything.
Throw that in there.
The title of this episode is meaningful. Everything is meaningful, including guests. So I ran with it a little bit because, I mean, dude, even the early season games in the NFL are meaningful. These last few weeks are meaningful for baseball. The preseason in hockey is so meaningful. I mean, everything is huge, and you guys coming on board was huge for us as well. So everything is meaningful, including those that are making a guest appearance. Other than that, I'm done. Ethan, you're good?
I'm good.
Matt?
I was going to say, for those of you that have just discovered our podcast, you can find us on, you can find our audio on all major platforms where you find podcasts. Look under the Everyman Sports Podcast. Pretty basic logo right now, but trying to get that upgraded soon, and trying to get a little more flair into our presentation. And then you can also find us on Facebook at the Everyman Sports Podcast, on X at ESP307. Wait, did I say that backward?
Dude, at this point, I can't remember.
Names are hard to remember.
We mess it up every freaking
Names
week.
are hard.
I know. Okay. It's okay. Okay, got it. It's at 307 ESP on X. And then on and then on TikTok, like Braden said, where we've tried to have a little bit more of a
Braden
presence.
Martinez just hopped in here and said, "What's up, fellas?"
How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up,
Played
Bmar?
baseball with him too.
Yeah,
Good guy.
I like
I
it.
heard he's doing pretty good things with his job. So
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's what
Climbing
I
the
see.
things out there, climbing up the ranks. Love to see
Yep.
that.
Yep. Sounds like
He's
he's
a good
doing
dude.
well. Yep. Shout out
Another
to
good
Bmar.
dude.
Yeah. So
Another good
but
dude.
but finally, you can find us on our TikTok at Everyman Sports 307. Like Braden said, we've been trying to build a presence on there, but the last couple of weeks have been a little crazy. We've kind of fell behind, but we're going to get back on that as soon as we can. So
I like it. Braden, you got anything?
I just got our routine. Matt, when it's all said and done, take us out of here, buddy.
We're not
All right.
quite there yet, Matt, because we're going to let Ethan and I usually do the same thing you just did.
Nah, it's
E.
okay.
Yeah, I know. You were getting so excited.
I was like, yes, I get to skip it. Let's go. I get to skip it. I want to skip it. Yeah, just find me on Facebook, Instagram. Type in my name. It should pop up.
Yeah, he hates me. He hates me.
There's a picture of me, I think, Facebook might be Bitmoji or emoji or AI emoji or whatever they call it nowadays. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I don't really post either. I just scroll through and look. So it is
You
what
and me
it is,
both.
you know. I'm just a
So,
very
for
quiet
me-
person online.
For me, you can just search Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky that I'm not on at all. Threads that I'm not on at all. Almost any social you can imagine, except for TikTok. I'm old. I just don't do TikTok. But you can find me. Just search my name, Aaron, or X, like right here says.
It's the other
at
side.
Aaron.
It's the other side.
No, I got
Go
it.
to the blank
It's
side.
right here.
No,
It's right
you're
there.
on the wrong side.
I got yours
For
over
us, it's
here.
on the other side. Yeah.
Well, for me,
Okay,
it's
fine.
like
there you go.
over there.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Okay,
you got
there.
It, you got it.
Well, for me, it's right there.
For me, it's right here.
I hate cameras. I hate them. So you
Alright.
can find me. Just search me, Aaron Casey. It's all good. But for First Pitch Strike, you can find us anywhere. You are currently listening to also YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram. Just search First Pitch Strike. You got us. I'm good. So I'll just say my usual thing, and then Matt, I'll toss it to you. Until next time, peace out, Matt.
All right. And in the words of Josh Allen, be good, do good, and God bless. You guys have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. This was awesome.
Thank you.